house always wins. Play long enough, you never change the stakes. The house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house. Been practicing this good. A little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed.
That was good. I liked it.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Big Easy Bets podcast. I'm your host, Logan, and with me in the studio, Nick Von Brick.
Hey.
What's on the ones and twos? Justin the Russian Concussion Mascaro.
What's going on?
This is episode 196, college football week 4, NFL week 3. We got a lot to dive into. We're going to try to do it a little quicker this episode than last, but first things first, hit subscribe wherever you're watching or listening. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button as well. Big Easy Bets is brought to you by BetStamp. Again, I've said it a million times like a broken record. This is the season of the best promo offers. So if you're trying to find a place to place these bets, go to the places such as FanDuel, bet $5, get $200 in bonus bets. DraftKings is doing bet $5, get $250 in bonus bets. Go to signupexpert.com/BigEasyBets. You don't have to use a promo code. You don't have to do anything. You just click the link that you can find in the description of this video or episode, wherever you're watching or listening. We've got a lot to dive into. We got steamrolled in the NFL last week.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
And it was a funky week for sure, but no excuses. We don't care what other people did. We care what we did, and it was not a good look. What do you have to say? Your 3 games failed you.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, my 5 games failed me, but typically you're 2-1 every week. So, but we got a lot of room to bounce back. I'll let you know right now. As God is my witness, I am empty in the clip this week. I said last week we got to be smarter, specifically in college football. We got to trim the fat. We got to do away with the unnecessary bets. We're throwing that strategy out the window. We are empty in the clip this week. I'm talking, I don't know how many total I have, but combined between college football and NFL, I might be looking at a 20-play week. So take that with a grain of salt. But we started the episode off with this last week. We'll do it again because the New Orleans Saints, depending on who you ask, might be the best team in the NFL. I made a video midway through that I was wrong, dead wrong. I thought we were going to see more of the same from what we saw last year. The Saints might be the best team in football. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
It's like, I was watching it at all. I said it was the Panthers. That's great. Go ahead and do it against Dallas, and then we'll have a conversation. And here we are having that conversation because the Dallas Cowboys, who love them or hate them, did have Super Bowl expectations coming into this year. Some sharper people would have probably told you not really, but on the surface and betting odds and all of that, they were like top 5. We just beat them. I don't remember what the final score was, but by like 30 points.
44.
19, something like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely dominated them. The offense that looked like it could not get their shit together in preseason has not had a drive where we have not scored with Derek Carr under center. I think it's 15 of 15. We went till, what was it, week 8 or 9 last year before we had an opening drive touchdown?
Yeah.
We score every fucking time we touch the ball. Yeah. It's incredible. Clint Kubiak if Clint Kubiak needed a kidney, I'd give it to him. I don't even know. I'm speechless, but we can't be on a podcast, so we're going to work our way through it. Derek Carr, I've already said it, and I'm not going to apologize again. I've apologized multiple times, but this will be my final apology. I sincerely apologize to Derek Carr and his family. We all remember last year. Derek Carr's playing fantastic. I didn't know that his entire efficiency was contingent on if we run play action. And Pete Carmichael, who's refreshed and rejuvenated in Denver, fucking idiot, ran it the least of anyone in the league.
Yeah. Derek
Carr loves play action. Pete Carmichael did not care. I understand why Derek was yelling at Pete Carmichael now. I totally get it. I get it. It's incredible. A lot of people were saying Alvin Kamara was washed and we shouldn't pay him. Alvin Kamara just went for 4 touchdowns. It was Christmas Day Alvin Kamara all over again. Realistically, can the Saints win the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Realistically, did I bet them to win the Super Bowl? Yeah. I got 41-1. You already bet it.
Yeah, I got 120 to 1.
Oh, God.
But I only put $20 on it. It was kind of just,
Yeah, it's still.
but it'll still pay. If they win, it'll pay over $2,000. So I'll be like fucking pretty happy if that happens.
Yeah. No, I don't even know. It's crazy because the offensive line didn't look good, and now all of a sudden they're spectacular. The defense is great, which we knew. I don't know. Dennis Allen looks like a head coach. I really don't. I like to think I know football. I didn't see it coming.
Yeah, no, neither did I, really. I mean, it's kind of strange when we were breaking down the NFL with the preview episode. I don't know, we thought we would be better this year.
Better than last year, yeah, because we were so bad. Yeah.
But I didn't think like this.
Yeah, you assume that the offense was so bad that it would only go one direction,
Yeah.
just like LSU with the defense. Same concept. But when you saw them in preseason, it didn't make you feel good.
Yeah.
So, and to Derek Carr's credit, he said, we can't really show them anything. We're keeping it very vanilla. They're just going to have to wait. And he was correct. I don't really get it, though. Is the scheme that important? Because Derek Carr looks completely different. He looks much more comfortable in the pocket. He's not panicking and checking it down on 3rd and 8 for a 2-yard gain. Where's that coming from?
Yeah.
It's not happy feet. He's not. It looks like a completely different player.
Everything opens up when you're able to run it.
It looks like he has a lot more confidence, too. Like, when he's dropping back a lot faster, more aggressive, and, I mean, he just looks more confident.
Yeah, I guess people are just fucking wide open. And yeah, exactly what you said. When you can run the ball, which we ran it right down Dallas's throat, even Jamal Williams is running the ball good again. So that's when you know that goddamn offensive line is making people – they're moving bodies. No, I went back and watched, and just the push at the line of scrimmage, just moving the line of scrimmage up 3 yards every play. The offensive line just getting a ton of push, making it easy. I don't know what Alvin Kamara's yards were before first contact, but I'm sure it was very good, probably one of the best in the NFL in week 2. So you got to tip your cap all the way across the board. It feels great because I didn't have high expectations coming in. I won't lie to you. But now it's like we legitimately look really, really good. So we have something to like. I mean, we love football in general, but now that the Saints are in the mix, the Saints are a contender in the NFC. So the AFC's stacked. The NFC's a little more open, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
The Saints are very much in the mix. So, all right, couple things to touch on before we get to the recap and then the plays. Let's talk about our Khalil Shakir.
You want to talk
Keon
about
Coleman
it
update.
now?
We're going to update it weekly.
Okay.
So for those that don't know, me and Nick made we've got multiple bets that are tipping in my favor, it seems. Multiple bets contingent on either quarterbacks who do better. This year we mixed it up organically because we just had a disagreement on who the best wide receiver on Buffalo was. So the bet was which wide receiver will finish with more receiving yards when the year is done, either Khalil Shakir, and he was on Keon Coleman. So week 2 update, Khalil Shakir has taken a chokehold of a lead.
What's he up by, like 40 yards?
Yeah, but I mean, I feel pretty good. You definitely nervous?
No.
Not at all. You still feel,
Dude, there's 15 more games.
dude. He loves Khalil Shakir. He looks to him all the time. Khalil Shakir
Look,
gets.
neither one of these guys are lighting it up.
Yeah, it's early. But Khalil Shakir, they look to him on the slants. They're not looking at Keon Coleman on a slant.
If Khalil Shakir has more yards and doesn't even get a 100-yard receiving game, I'm going to be sick.
That might happen.
Yeah. He got 40.
Like if you had to book the odds right now, like take you want Keon Coleman, take that out of the equation. Who would you make the favorite to win the bet?
I mean, you make the guy that's up right now the favorite, but I mean, a week can change that.
Yeah, but if you feel
one injury
you don't
can change
though, after
that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and I was thinking about that. We didn't. So we should have put like if they miss more than 4 games, it is null and void. But too late, I guess.
I mean, I don't know.
You didn't speak up, so we'll leave it as it is.
Because I was thinking that too.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, we should have done like if they miss more than 4, it's null and void. But too late, I guess. But they look for Shakir on the slant routes. They run a little wide receiver screen from. They can't do that with Keon Coleman. He's not fast enough.
Yeah.
Shakir's small, so he can he's the perfect player for those wide receiver screens. Keon Coleman their names are putting me in a mental pretzel. I keep trying to say a mixture of the two. They're going to look for
mouthpiece thing is weird. That kind of drives me nuts.
Yeah, Keon Coleman wears 2 mouthpieces. I sent it to Nick, and what'd you say when you saw it? Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't like it. I hated when players wear one mouthpiece and don't wear it.
I absolutely do not understand the logic of 2 mouthpieces because there is none. So
2 mouthpieces, you don't wear any of them.
Yeah, they don't put either one in. I am waiting for one of them to get their teeth knocked out.
That would be cool.
I still have a cough, so I took two cough drops right before we started. Still coughing. If I still have the cough by next episode, I'm gonna probably go get checked out and see if I have lung cancer or something. So it's not looking good. Let's talk about what's his name? Is it Dylan Raiola, Nebraska's quarterback?
Yeah.
Why am I blanking on names? So Raiola is in love with Patrick Mahomes. And it's freaking me out at this point. Have you seen the side-by-sides of what is going on?
I noticed it when their first game, when he got off the bus, he was walking just like him.
What is that? That's weird.
Yeah.
That's really weird. I think that's going to be the reason he's not successful in the long run.
Yeah, maybe so.
He has modeled his entire persona. If you're going to pick a quarterback to do it, you pick the right one. I get it. But it's are you your own person? He's doing the warm-up, the same where he runs and jumps up and then hypes up the crowd and the exact same way.
Mm-hmm.
Are you original at all? Are you, I don't know. That's the weirdest thing ever to me. People are oh, it's cringy. I think he might have a mental illness. That's really strange. He's wearing all the same, he's wearing the quarter sleeves. Everything, 15, same haircut, same complexion. That was just luck of the draw through genetics, I guess. But it's the strangest thing, and it makes me feel really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Tua Tagovailoa, whatever you want to call him. Tua says he has no plans on retiring. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think he just has to play smarter. I mean, I wouldn't blame him if he did retire because he gets knocked out the easiest of all time.
Yeah, of anyone that I've ever seen. I would say Tua needs to retire. I don't care if he doesn't retire. I think it's his decision solely. What my opinion means absolutely nothing. But if you're getting knocked out like that, he didn't even get hit. That was just him initiating contact. His head went to the side. It was a little funky. Hit DeMar Hamlin right in the chest. God forbid. And then he did the finger thing again. Not good. Not good. So I went back and watched it because we were kind of why wouldn't you slide? It was close. He was a yard and a half past the first down marker when he made contact.
Well, I don't know about sliding. Just don't fucking ram your head into the
maybe
defender.
dive to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. I see a lot of people that are the NFL doesn't care about the players. It's they're not being held hostage. He's making an incredible amount of money to go do that. So if he wants to play, that's up to him. I don't fucking care. This whole I saw people on ESPN getting choked up. When's the NFL going to care about these players? It's shut the fuck up. Shut up.
What do you want them to do?
Virtue signaling, fucking patting yourself on the back, trying to tell yourself you're a good person. They're out there because they want to be out there, and they're making generational money to do it. They're not being forced to play. We've seen players retire at an early age time and time again. So if he wants to play, he wants to play. Don't get up there and start fake crying to try to let everybody know that you're nice. So, all right, let's talk about Brian Kelly's seat. Is Brian Kelly's seat hot?
I'm still going to say no.
How are you going to say no? How is it not? We look like dog shit. We look like dog shit.
I think a lot of the mistakes can be fixed.
The defense is still horrific.
Yeah, but it was two explosive runs, really. The one by Sellers and the one by Sanders. But, I mean, I think a lot of what's plaguing LSU right now is still discipline, and it's like, I think it's something that can be resolved this season.
Okay. But this is year 3. I was very confident we got him. I said we're going to win a national championship within 3 seasons. I felt like give him a couple years. He's going to get his team together, which maybe it's the 4th with the fantastic recruiting class coming in. But I said it an episode or 2 ago that his calling card is his teams are supposed to be disciplined. We were consistently undisciplined, getting stupid-ass penalties. The offensive line fucking sucks. The offensive line sucks. Will Campbell might stink.
Yeah, he had a bad game.
He had a bad game the week before, or 2 weeks before, too. Getting false starts left and right. Emory Jones looks like the better of the two.
Yeah.
When is Will Campbell going to play well? The offensive line doesn't look good. The defense still looks really bad. We still can't run the ball until Caden Durham asserted himself, so that might be a story for another day. But okay, I think I said if we go out and we struggle against South Carolina, would his seat be hot? And you said, yeah.
You asked me if we lose.
Did I? No, there's no way.
Yeah.
I don't think we said lose to Ole Miss. I don't think I said.
No, that was the first week, but then last week.
Do you remember, Justin? Did I say
Ole Miss?
No, I know, but yeah. But
that was after USC, but then last week, it might have, I don't even know if it was on air, but you asked me if we lost to South Carolina.
Yeah, I thought I said if we struggle against South Carolina, like don't look good and it's a close game, because I made LSU my lock. I didn't think there was any chance we were going to lose to South Carolina. But I could have said lose to South Carolina, but I know we said that with Ole Miss.
What if we lose this week? You think it's hot?
He's fired if we fucking lose this week. If we lose this week, he's fucking fired.
I mean, Mike Norvell's 0-3.
Mike Norvell's a dumb fuck. I don't care.
They're not even talking about. No one's talking about it over there.
Because they're doomed to hell.
I'm like,
for the
at
next
LSU,
decade.
this guy's had to be chopped off and thrown in the Mississippi River by now.
Yes. Okay, answer Justin's question. If we lose to UCLA, is his seat hot?
I'm not even answering that question. LSU's going to beat UCLA. They're going to beat South Alabama.
If we lose to UCLA, he's fired the next day. Agreed?
I'm not even answering that.
What?
We're not going to lose.
I know
it's a
we're
stupid
not.
question.
No, it's not. Not with this team. Nothing's out of the question.
No way.
I think his seat's. It's got to be hot. It could be warm. It ain't cold.
I mean, who are you going to go and get?
I understand. But what do you do if he continues to fucking look like shit?
I mean, the season's got a long way to go.
I get it, but I mean, we very well should have probably lost that game.
I don't know.
And the red zone offense is terrible.
Yeah.
The play calling's fucking terrible.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue I have right now is that's another thing. We had to replace a coordinator on offense, and they're having a harder time getting play calling into a rhythm. It's like,
yeah. But he got to go handpick the coordinators he wanted, so go fucking pick a good one.
Yeah, I don't know why we weren't able to get a better offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I don't know. Speaking of Florida State with Mike Norvell, my main futures bet on the college football futures episode was Florida State under 10.5 wins. Or 9.5 wins, whatever it was. I think it was 9.5. It hit. And we're 3 weeks into the season. That was a pretty good bet.
Yeah. They just got to play the rest of their games.
They can lose them all. They can win them all.
They just got to play them, though.
What? Oh, yeah.
For
yeah,
the bet to count.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
Last week, South Alabama was playing a nobody. They were up 87-11.
Or, 11 something.
They shortened the fourth quarter, and it made all the bets void.
I did see that. I would fucking riot. Why'd they shorten it? Just because they were beating them that
Yeah.
bad? Too fucking bad,
Right.
dude. Oh, my God. Yeah, that's some bullshit.
It obviously went over.
And I saw people, it was Northwestern. I saw people taking Northwestern. Fucking idiots. Not me. Not me. All right, last thing before we get to the recap and then our best bets. This is going to be a new segment called Do They Stink? You answer yes or no.
Okay.
Do they stink? Caleb Williams.
No.
Firm no.
Yeah, firm no.
Okay. Do they stink? Bryce Young.
No.
What? He fucking stinks. I'm out
No,
on
he
Bryce
doesn't,
Young.
dude. The
I'm out
Panthers
on-
are a debacle.
They are. I will admit that. The offensive line's not good. But Chase Daniel, I think it was, broke down a lot of footage. He fucking stinks. He stinks. You gotta let that ship sail. We've already talked about
If Bryce Young goes to another team, Panthers are
have
going
you
to look
seen
really
the
stupid.
the footage of him jumping to throw over the line? It's a
Yeah, I mean,
it's a
he's not
bad
making any plays, and he's missing open receivers as well, but just
Yeah,
the
I
Panthers
think he's-
organization as a whole.
I think he's got the yips for sure.
Yeah.
He looks rattled because he was incredible at Alabama. The accuracy was fantastic. The poise to hang in the pocket and make all the throws. I was a believer for sure. I'm out. It looks bad. I think maybe just one of those unfortunate situations, and this completely derails the future of his career, which sucks if so. I don't see how I mean, you never know. You get with a good coordinator and whatever. The fact that they benched him is crazy, I think, because what are you trying to accomplish? Do you want to see if he progresses?
Yeah, maybe they want to give him a chance to kind of just settle down a little bit.
Yeah, I
Because,
guess
I
so.
do think it is kind of psychological what he's going through.
It reminds me of Tua with
Yeah.
Flores, benching him for Fitzpatrick. So, yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens there. So, does he stink, Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, I would say he stinks.
Trevor Lawrence fucking stinks. Trevor Lawrence gets a free pass for some reason. He's really good at Clemson, number 1 overall pick. He shows the ability here and there. I was on this podcast saying I don't think Trevor Lawrence will be a good pro. That he throws everything to the outside. He can't throw over the middle. Trevor Lawrence is 0-2. Trevor Lawrence looked not good down the stretch last year. They lost 1 billion games to miss the playoffs after a great start. At what point? I think they paid him too.
Yeah, they did.
What point are we going to talk about Trevor Lawrence not being a very good quarterback? So,
They put his name on the stadium. Did y'all see that?
no, what do you mean?
It was a little. It's not permanent, but I don't know what the name of their stadium's called.
Yeah.
But they put Trevor right in front of it.
Well, I won't be there long. Last one. Does he stink? Anthony Richardson.
No.
Dude.
One bad game, you're going to throw this guy under the bus?
One bad game.
He didn't even have a rookie year. This is his rookie year.
What's the difference between Anthony Richardson and Jamarcus Russell?
Anthony Richardson can run.
No, cough syrup. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Anthony Richardson fucking stinks. He
I
stunk
wouldn't be
at Florida.
surprised if Richardson didn't dabble in cough syrup.
He might. Yeah, he might. And that would explain a lot. But he stinks. He's really bad. I told you, if you took away, he had the incredible deep ball the week before. Incredible deep ball. And then he had one over the middle that was nearly intercepted. It was like a bang-bang play. Receiver caught it. It snuck through, and there was nobody there. The safety sold out on it. That very easily could have been an interception. He did throw another pick, and he should have thrown another one that was dropped. This guy's going to throw 20-plus interceptions this year. I would – he is going to throw –
He's barely played.
understand. He played at Florida, and he fucking couldn't –
He's played about one more game than Caleb Williams.
He is young, I understand. But he couldn't fucking hit the bright side of a barn in Florida, and all of a sudden we're like he can be a starting quarterback in the NFL. He's not accurate. He's terrible at throwing the football. He can throw it a country mile like Uncle Rico over the mountains, but that's it. That's it. We saw him stink at Florida. They need to change the way that they use him then. They want him to be a pocket passer. It ain't going to happen. He's hardly running at all.
Yeah.
And he's clearly injury prone. He ran last year, got hurt, done for the year. He fucking
He made some
stinks.
runs in the first game.
He stinks, though. You got to call a spade a spade. He is not good right now. Maybe he gets better. Maybe he'll be better in the future. I doubt it. But right now, he fucking sucks.
He's going to make the Pro Bowl this year.
If he does, I'll buy you his jersey.
He'll probably rush for 11 touchdowns, maybe throw 12.
If Tyler Huntley can make the Pro Bowl, anything can happen. But I would go out on a limb and say that Tyler Huntley has a better chance of making the Pro Bowl this year than Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, what are they calling Tyler Huntley?
Snoop.
Snoop Huntley
Snoop
these days?
Huntley. I think he's going to Miami.
Yeah.
He might make the Pro Bowl. Anthony Richardson will be fucking, he'll be the reserve. I think that's all I got. Is there anything else going on? Got anything?
Chiefs just signed Kareem Hunt.
Did they really?
Yeah.
I fucking love that, actually. They never should have got rid of him.
No.
He was
They got
innocent.
rid of him for something stupid. For
Yeah,
lying.
Well, lying about kicking a girl while she was on the ground.
Of course, he's gonna lie about that.
Yeah, what do you want him to say? He
Supposedly, it was like they gave him an ultimatum: just don't lie to us about it
As long
anymore.
as
Then
you
he
tell
lied
the
one
truth.
more time, and they got rid of him.
As long as you're a good boy, we'll keep you on the team. Yeah, no, he was fucking great with them. You remember that first game? Might have been against.
Yeah, he led the league in rushing yards his rookie season.
Yeah, and then that was kind of the hole because then they went and got Clyde.
Yeah,
but he wasn't anywhere near Kareem Hunt. That was kind of the hole on the offense. And then obviously Pacheco is Pacheco, but he's out for a minute. So I don't hate that at all. I think that's a very good I'm sure it's a little awkward when he comes back in. Like, remember, no lying. All right, let's get to the recap. Again, this is episode 196, College Football Week 4, NFL Week 3. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I said we were moving in the right direction in college football, and we continued to do so just barely. But y'all got to bear with me again with the cough. I'm telling you, something might be wrong. We started it off with Kansas State -7. This was closer than it should have been in the beginning, and then Kansas State really started kind of asserting their will. I think it was 31-7, something like that. It was a dominant win. Tulsa +20.5. Terrible swing and a miss. Alan Bowman fucking looked like, I don't even know. Really good. Oklahoma State ran it up on Tulsa. Swing and a miss, spot play, bad decision. Texas -34.5. Justin, we got to talk about this one because you pushed on yours. You had first half. You should have took the full game. And to be quite honest, it was playing exactly as I expected it to, and then Quinn Ewers got hurt. And then I was like, oh, fuck, now I'm dead. Now I'm in a lot of trouble because the whole like concept of once you bench the starter, you bring in Arch and he's great. Now it's, okay, Arch is now the starter, and then you're going to bring in the third string, who I'm going to be quite honest is not that bad either. Texas dominated this game. Arch Manning's incredible.
Yeah.
Arch Manning's fucking incredible. The only reason you pushed your first half bet is because Arch Manning's incredible. Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I was at the Hard Rock watching it.
Fucking 76-yard touchdown run? Dude, he's fast as shit.
Yeah.
When he took off, he juked the guy out. I was like, oh my God. So that was fun. We needed that. Oregon -16.5. Me and Justin went head to head on this one as well. Or not as well, but we went head to head on this one. Oregon's fucking good. This was the spot for Oregon to wake up, in my opinion. They did just that. Dylan Gabriel's playing fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's completing like fucking 80+% of his passes. And then my lock of the week. I can't hit a lock. If my absolute life depended on it, I could not hit a lock. I don't even want to give out a lock. I will, but I don't even want to pick one. I think it'll hit if I don't name it my lock. LSU -6.5. They win by 3. There was a blocked punt. Like Nick said, two explosive runs. Really poor red zone offense from LSU, among other things. LSU should have covered this number, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, going down 17-0 kind of hurt your nearly a touchdown favorite, but
I did tweet out once.
They were up 4 in the fourth.
Yes.
And, it was kind of looking like LSU was going to be able to
have a
cover
chance.
the spread here
Yes.
because Sellers was out. We knew that South Carolina's offense wasn't going to be as good without him.
Yeah,
they weren't going to be able to throw whatsoever.
Robbie Ashford stinks.
And then they busted the big run that put them ahead.
Yeah, Rocket Sanders fucking 60-something yards to the house. Yeah, I felt like LSU should have covered this number. There's no doubt in my mind. The block punt was just brutal. Multiple things that if just that bad break doesn't happen, they cover this number for sure. We were eyeing down a 4 in one day, which would have been fucking fantastic. But we'll take 3 and 2, another step in the right direction. This week, we're about to take a fucking giant leap in the right direction. 3 and 2 brings me to 10 and 14 overall, 0 and 4 in my locks of the week. Do not listen to whatever I give out for my lock. You went 2 and 2, good start, bad finish.
Yeah. The under in the Arizona State-Texas State game, we had under 59.5. It hit 59. Arizona State got the ball back with like how many? It was maybe 2 minutes left.
They were driving.
No, it was a 4th and 5 for Texas State, and they failed on their own 15. So we needed Arizona State to get 10 yards without scoring. So we needed them to get tackled in between the 5-yard line and the goal line. And on 3rd and 10, it happened, and Arizona State was able to kneel it out. So we were a little fortunate there because there was 42 points scored in the first half. It did not look like this was even going to be close. But it was a tale of two halves. We kind of saw the total go up and down there towards the end and right before kickoff. So you got to see both sides of that.
Yep.
UNLV +7, they went outright. I voiced my concerns about Jalen Daniels, and he threw 2 interceptions in this game, and they really helped UNLV win the game outright. Iowa -22. Number 7 for Troy accounted for 3 touchdowns, 2 60-plus reception touchdowns, and a punt return for 70 yards. Iowa won the game by, I think, 17. But with one of those explosives not going, I think Iowa would have covered. And for the most part, their defense did their job other than 2 explosives. Kennesaw State, let me tell you something. This is the worst team I've ever seen. And somehow this game, they had a chance to cover at the end. It was frustrating because Nick Nash is his name, the wide receiver for San Jose State, just running wide open. On top of that, he's a great player. They did a good job stopping the run, but it was wide open passes. This game was probably closer than the box score indicated, but how many did San Jose State win by? 21? Yeah.
Yes, it was close. Yeah, no, it was close. It was close for sure. So you go 2-2, brings you to 7-9 overall, and 2-2 in your locks of the week. Justin, it was a tough day at the office for you.
Yeah, it was a tough day. Where I touched on Oregon State and then Florida State. I thought this was going to be, it was almost my lock. But they're.
No, yeah, you weren't the only one. A lot of people were on Florida State this week. Nick even said he was looking at it, but when it moved, he stayed away. Luckily, Florida State fucking sucks.
Yeah, can we address CLV for a minute?
Yes. Yeah. So if you're an experienced gambler, CLV, or if you're not an experienced gambler, CLV means closing line value. It means you bet a team that's fucking, I bet Texas -34.5. The line closed at 35.5 on the other side of a key number. It means I've got a little bit of CLV. CLV doesn't mean fucking anything. Anytime I get good closing line value, I lose. Anytime it goes the opposite way and it looks like fuck, the sharps are on the other side, I'm on the wrong side of this bet, I win.
Yeah.
So
UNLV +7, the thing closed at like 9.5 or 10. It won. Iowa -22, it closed at -24.5. I lose. Kennesaw State closed at 17.5.
Yep. In all seriousness, you would like to think
you just always remember the ones that you got good closing line value on,
because you feel better about them. Because you're like, yes, I'm on the right side.
I'm on the side with the guys that win.
Yes. Yeah. No. The sharp bettors are typically known to get good closing line value. People like to track it, and they say it equates to more wins. The losses stick with you more than the wins, so maybe that's why it feels like it doesn't mean a goddamn thing.
It just seems like early this year, closing line value bets have not done as well as they used to.
Yeah. So, yeah, Justin, we touched on Oregon State. Like I said, we were on opposites there. Florida State, and then you had Texas first half -21 was a push. What was your other one?
And then Ole Miss and Wake Forest over 63.5. And, it was just a dumb pick. Ole Miss did their part. Wake Forest did not.
Y'all don't listen to me. If Hank Bachmeier is in a game, just ask me and I'll let you know.
Ole Miss is freaking good.
Yeah, I think Wake Forest not very good.
They're one of the only teams that haven't surrendered a touchdown yet this year.
That's impressive. Hank Bachmeier is not good.
Yeah, I guess you can say that.
No, you can definitely say it. Don't guess. You can. He's proven it time and time again. He got beat out at Louisiana Tech. So, what'd they score? 3 points?
6, yeah.
I can't believe they kicked a field goal because I saw them down a lot to 3.
All right, so you go 0-3-1 overall. What are you sitting at? Because you got off to a good start.
6-7-1.
So you can handle a rough week. I cannot. All right, we will get to our best bets for a good week of college football. But I'm at that point, and I don't know why, because I didn't have that bad. I think it's the locks. Can't hit a lock to save my life. So I'm second-guessing things, but that might be when we just get them. So we do have Thursday. Again, hit that subscribe button wherever you're watching or listening. We do have Thursday action, South Alabama, App State. Are you on it?
No.
I am not. Are you, Justin?
I'm not, no.
All right, we go to Friday. I am on Illinois and Nebraska. Are you?
No.
No. Okay. So this line went up. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Well, we'll get to it. Friday night, top 25 Big Ten matchup. We've seen Nebraska a few times. Obviously, they got a primetime look basically against Dion and Colorado. Illinois has been a little more under the radar in terms of the public, I guess. They did get a good win over Kansas. I'll just get right to it. I'm taking Illinois with the points. This has gone up to 10. I have it at 10. This has come down. There is an 8.5 available, so that's what we'll take for the show. I would much rather the 10, but I'm still going to take it at 8.5. I like Nebraska, as does everyone else, it seems. I think Raiola is good, but not great yet. I don't know. The key for this is that he's not making the Jeff Sims mistakes. Raiola's only got one turnover-worthy play on the season. So credit Matt Rule, credit a little bit of vanilla offense, but he's not putting the ball in harm's way. So that's the difference here. But you got to consider who they've played. They played UTEP, UNI, a god-awful, but both of those teams are not good. Colorado's Colorado. They really stalled in that second half against Colorado. The offense looked very good in the first half, but they were on the fortunate side of a pick six. They didn't score in the second half, and that's a really bad Colorado defense and just really, defense. We won't say offense, but I'm dragging on a little bit. I don't know that Dylan Raiola is great yet. Like I said, he's good. It may be a little more hype than what he's shown us so far. I think Luke Altmaier's playing well. He's got an adjusted completion percentage of 81%, only 3 turnover-worthy plays. If you look at how he and Raiola have the same average depth of target, that neither are really forcing it down the field a ton, but Altmaier's not really putting the ball in harm's way. He hasn't thrown an interception yet this year. The skill position players for Nebraska, they don't really scare me. I don't think the defense has been tested. I think they're going to have every team that Nebraska's played, they've had a substantial advantage in the trenches. I think that's the scales are going to be tipped a little closer to even against Illinois. I think Illinois does have a couple players that could possibly put Raiola under pressure, and we haven't seen how he's going to respond under pressure yet. So at 8.5, I will take Illinois. Like I said, I'm sitting on 10, but for the show, I will take Illinois plus 8.5. What are your thoughts? Because we were talking about this one a little bit, but we never really.
Yeah, it was kind of the line movement, I guess, for me, scared me away. I was looking at earlier today. I texted you. It was at 10, and then immediately it got hammered back down. So there's some disagreement here in the market early on this week. I kind of do lean Illinois just because I'm not totally sold on Raiola. I don't really know if he's any good.
Yeah.
Right now, at this point in his career, but.
Yeah, it's a lot of hype. It's a highly touted recruit. Was at Georgia, switched to Nebraska, but he hasn't shown you anything to go like, whoa, like that guy's fucking good. Other than his pregame Patrick Mahomes, you see him, he's like that looks like you squint your eyes like that might be fucking Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, and like you said, he didn't have to do much against Colorado for them to take control of that game.
No, he really didn't do anything.
Yeah,
the pick six was a big deciding factor in that one. He might have had. What did he have? 1 touchdown? Let's see. He had 23 of 30, 185 yards and a touchdown. So you don't have to do very much against Colorado. You kind of just have to run a halfback dive, and you're going to have success. So,
yeah,
but they were 3 of 12 on third down. It's not like they were super efficient.
He moves like Patrick Mahomes. He's just not good
yet. The jury's still out, but he's got to prove it. So Illinois getting this many points, like I said, Altmaier, these two teams are very similar. These two teams stack up pretty similarly all across the board statistically. So with this many points, I have this more like 4.5 in favor of Nebraska. So It is a tough place to play. It's a lot of fans. I understand. Do you have anything for Friday?
Yeah, I'm on Stanford at Syracuse. Syracuse is 8.5-point favorites. Over-unders 57.5 or 56.5, depending where you look. Both teams are coming off a bye. Stanford has to travel from California to New York. It's not as big of a factor as it normally would be coming off of a bye. I'm impressed with Kyle McCord, though, averaging 367.5 passing yards, 8 touchdowns, and 1 interception through 2 games. On third down, Syracuse ranks 5th in the nation, converting 59.3% of their third downs. You look at Stanford's defense in the opener. TCU had 353 passing yards and converted 8 of 15 on third down. TCU would have covered this game if they didn't fumble at Stanford's 4-yard line. I don't think Stanford's defense can do enough in this one to keep it close.
Say what you just said one more time.
TCU would have covered this game if they didn't fumble the football at Stanford's 4-yard line, where they're about to score a touchdown.
Right before half, I agree.
Like I said, I think Stanford's defense is kind of going against a really tough test here. I'm gonna lay 8.5 with Syracuse at home.
Okay. Justin, do you have anything for Friday?
No.
Okay, we can move on to Saturday then. That's it for Friday for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Kansas and West Virginia, are you on it?
No.
Okay. Well, I am. West Virginia's coming off a tough loss in the backyard brawl. It was an incredible game, and they probably should have won the game. Holstein, the guy for Pitt, quarterback, pretty good. Narduzzi, I've always been a fan. The backyard brawl is one of the best rivalries, and it lived up to the hype. We just saw this Kansas team lose outright to UNLV. Jalen Daniels is really struggling this year. Pro Football Focus has graded him as the 124th best passing offense for Kansas. Excluding Lindenwood, because I don't really think it's a necessary or legitimate data point, he's turned it over 5 times. We've seen him melt under pressure down the stretch. He's graded out as the 131st best quarterback. 124th best passing offense, but 131st best quarterback. Garrett Green on the other side has not played great. He was another one who kind of had some hype coming into the year. He's a relatively, I guess, higher ceiling guy, but lower floor. His accuracy is an issue. But against Penn State and Pitt, the turnovers are the main issue with Green. He's putting a lot of balls up for grabs. I think they're going to kind of lean on the run here. Kansas's defense has not looked bad, but I'm going to take West Virginia. I'm going to take West Virginia at home off of a tough loss. It's really just, dude, Jalen Daniels does not look good. He doesn't look good. Is it a potential bounce back spot for him? Maybe, but he hasn't shown me anything that this is the Jalen Daniels of last year or the year before that we've seen. So what are your thoughts? You obviously got a front row view of Jalen Daniels.
Yeah, I think he probably plays better this game, but West Virginia at home. It's really both the quarterbacks have been turning the ball over, but
yeah, I mean, Green's got 2 picks on the year. Jalen Daniels got 6.
Yeah, he's throwing an interception, at least one in every game. Even against Lindenwood, he threw one.
Yes. So I think West Virginia, just get the run going. Garrett Green's legs. We saw the quarterback for UNLV running all over him. Different style runner for sure. That guy just runs with fucking heart. But I like Donaldson. I think they should have probably won the game against Pitt. It was a back-and-forth game for sure. But I think Pitt's pretty good. I don't think Pitt's a bad team by any means. So yeah, I'm laying 2.5 with West Virginia on the home field. What's your next one for Saturday?
I'm going Tulane at UL. Tulane's 3-point favorites on the road. The over-under's 54. You look at the opponents these two teams have played. UL hasn't played anybody worth a damn. Grambling and Kennesaw State. We talked about Kennesaw State. They might be one of the worst teams I ever watched play a football game. Tulane, we've seen them on the national stage 2 weeks in a row. Hard-fought losses against Kansas State and Oklahoma, 2 really good Power 4 teams. This is a pure spot play for me. I think Tulane coming off of these two hard-fought losses against competition that's normally higher than what they play. And then UL's coming off of a bye week as well here. So you look at fatigue maybe being a factor here, an extra week to prepare for UL. UL's offense is more balanced than it used to be under Billy Napier, and when Levi Lewis was the quarterback over there, they can throw it now. I think there's a good chance UL upsets Tulane here. I'm going to take UL +3.
Okay, I am also on this game. I'm going to go more towards the point total, though. I think Tulane's not playing poorly against K-State. They were on the fortunate side of multiple busted coverages. But against Oklahoma, too, they were in that game more than the final score indicates, in my opinion. But I don't think Oklahoma's very good. So that's not so much of a propping up Tulane, I suppose. You touched on UL has not been tested playing Grambling and Kennesaw, two really bad teams. Darian Mensah for Tulane, like I said, looked good when Kansas State was having wide open busted coverages. He didn't look so great as expected against Oklahoma. I'm going to go under. I had 56. We're looking at 54.5 now. Don't love that, but I'll still take it. Under 54.5. I think Tulane's going to want to lean on Mekhi Hughes to run the ball. UL has graded out as a top 20 rushing defense. The good-on-good battle here is going to be UL's offensive line versus Tulane's defensive line. I think I'm leaning towards a relatively on the lower side of scoring in this one, so I'll go under 54.5 in Tulane UL.
I'm on that as well.
You are?
Yeah, I'm on the under. Kind of like what Nick was saying, how UL's coming off the bye and how Tulane just played two, tough quality opponents. I think they're going to come out a little sluggish and slow, and I see this being a low-scoring game.
Okay. Alrighty, let's talk about one of the biggest games. Let's get right to it. Tennessee, Oklahoma. Are you on it?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
These are the ones you normally shy away from.
Hell no.
Yeah. No, you do. You do. Are you on this one, Justin?
No.
Oh, goodness.
A home team getting points?
You're on Oklahoma?
No.
All right. I'll lead it off. I'm laying it with Tennessee, and I'm not sure you can make this line high enough to scare me away. Square play, it is a square play. I understand. I just don't think Jackson Arnold's very good against subpar competition. He's been just okay. Through 3 games, he's been more effective with his feet than his arm. Oklahoma may get Nick Anderson back this week. I'm not really concerned. Good luck with wanting to run around and do all that. Good luck against this Tennessee front seven. The most unproven part of Tennessee's team, you could argue the secondary, but I would say is the one with the highest ceiling, and that's quarterback. Nico Iamaleava has not really – he's looked fantastic in spots. He's looked questionable in young in certain spots as well. Against NC State, he had 2 poor interceptions. But the thing here is – this is one of the most complete teams in the country, in my opinion. He doesn't have to be Superman. Dylan Sampson and Deshaun Bishop both grade out inside the top 12 at running back. I think Venables will definitely be able to confuse Nico in certain spots here. But if he just protects the ball, I think Tennessee's defense, that front seven, they're going to get after Jackson Arnold. They're going to rattle him, and they're going to make his life tough. As long as Nico cannot turn the ball over, I think that this is a complete enough Tennessee team that they're going to put points up on the board. Outside of Deion Burks, they don't have really any legitimate threat. If Nick Anderson comes back, you can make an argument there. I'm going to take Tennessee -6.5, but I'm also going to take the under 57.5 as well.
Okay.
I think Tennessee's defense is really good, and I don't think Jackson Arnold's good.
Yeah.
I think that Venables will be able to scheme up something. Oklahoma's defense is not bad. I think we see this kind of relatively back and forth to start, and then I think Tennessee just eventually starts asserting their will. So call me crazy, but which way are you going?
Yeah, I'm taking Tennessee -7. Tennessee looks like one of the best teams in the country. They're number 5 in yards per play and number 2 in yards per play allowed. I get these stats are extremely skewed because of the competition they've played other than NC State, but it's the explosiveness, it's their ability to run the ball, and then like you said, what's kind of the offense steals the show, but it's like the defense is
6.5's available.
Is kind of why I want to take lay the 7 here. It's like Oklahoma hasn't showed much to me at all on offense, and then you're playing on the other side a really explosive offense, and then it's also a team that has a defense that looks really good. I wouldn't be surprised if Tennessee shuts down Oklahoma here. So I'm gonna lay 7 points with Tennessee on the road.
I'll do you one better. I'll give you 6.5.
Oh, okay. I kind of heard you, but I was trying to say
4
focused.
times. Yeah, I mean, do you think? So I told you I'm getting a little extravagant this week, I would say. So taking the under in this one, I do think that Tennessee's defense is good enough. I don't think Jackson Arnold's good. I think Oklahoma's. This is one of those I might not know shit, and I don't. So maybe Oklahoma comes out and lights it up. But what have they really shown you to make you feel confident that they're going to put points up on the board? Jackson Arnold hasn't really looked good against anybody, and they haven't played anybody really worth a damn yet. But what are your thoughts about the total?
I would lean under, but I mean,
Venables is a defensive guy.
I get a little bit concerned because it's like I kind of expect Tennessee to get better offensively as the season progresses.
Yeah, I agree.
So we kind of they didn't look bad against NC State. They weren't super explosive, but
they dropped 51, so they
the
were
defense
pretty
had a
good.
pick 6 though.
Yeah.
That really kind of turned the tides there. Not that they were ever looking like they were going to lose, but it kind of opened the floodgates. I just think it's super hard. Like when you have an offense with the capability that Tennessee has, the ability to run the football and create explosive pass plays through the air, it's a super hard offense to stop. And I think towards the end of the season, it's going to be nearly impossible to stop. I'm just not sure Oklahoma, who hasn't played anybody that we would say is good offensively yet. The defense ranks 12th in yards per play, but yards per play allowed. But it's like, who have they played? This is like a huge jump up in talent.
No, and that's why I mean I'm on Tennessee. I think Tennessee is going to do the legwork in terms of the scoring in this one. But like I think I'm taking the under as well because I think Oklahoma's going to struggle to score.
Yeah,
I have enough confidence in Venables to at least be able to throw looks that confuse Nico. But like I said, I don't think it may be low scoring to start, and then Tennessee's going to get their footing going, and the two running backs that they have make life much easier for that offense. It's like you said with the Saints. When you can run the football, it opens up a lot of things. So when they lean on that defense and can get the running game going and all of that, it's going to open up things in the pass. But also the ability for Nico to use his legs is going to be probably the key factor here to kind of throw the Oklahoma defense for a loop. Jackson Arnold wants to use his legs. I don't think you're going to be able to do that against this Tennessee front seven. They were all over Grayson McCall, and I'm not saying Grayson McCall is fleet of foot like Jackson Arnold, but when you look at what Jackson Arnold did against Houston, 19 to 32, 174 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. 174 yards. They scored 16 points. Against Tulane, 18 to 29, 169 yards, a touchdown and a pick. On the ground, he went 14 carries, 97 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I don't think you're going to be able to do that against Tennessee. I don't. So he's yet to throw for over 200 yards against meaningful competition. Against Temple, same thing, 141 yards. He's not a good thrower of the football. I have not seen anything that leads me to believe that he's going to be able to go, whatever you want to call it. If it turns into a high-scoring game and we don't hit the under, I certainly don't think Oklahoma's going to be able to stay in. I don't think that they'll be able to keep up if Tennessee is putting points up on the board. He's just not good enough of a quarterback, in my opinion. So I don't think he's shown you anything that should strike fear. So, yeah, I'm taking Tennessee minus 6.5 and the under 57.5. You said you're not on that one, Justin?
No, not this one.
Okay, what's your next one then?
It's a 4:00 game. TCU 2.5-point favorites on the road against SMU. The over/under is 58.5. We're going to take TCU, SMU under 58.5. Offensively, SMU has struggled, number 99 in the nation in yards per play. Neither quarterback has looked good to me. They're only rushing for 108.5 rushing yards per game. That ranks 96th in the nation. The only reason SMU has kind of been able to stay in games this year is because of their defense. It's what's kept the games close. They lost a close one in their last game against BYU, 18-15. It's a small sample size, but I think when you seen SMU last year was the offense and the defense that was really moving this team up in a weaker conference, but still. TCU is going to be the best offense they face, but I expect SMU's defense to once again kind of keep them in the game here at home. So I'm going to take TCU SMU under 58.5.
Okay. Justin, what is your next one?
I just have my lock left. I do have one that's circled with a little question mark. So yeah,
What team or what game?
USC and Michigan.
Okay,
So
I'm on
if
it.
one of y'all were to.
I'm on it. Are you on it?
No.
No? Alrighty. Let's see. Allow me to pull it up if I could find it. Okay. Yeah. So you got number 11 ranked Trojans going to the Big House, take on number 18 ranked Michigan. I knew Davis Warren was bad, but it's even worse than I thought. 3 interceptions last week against Arkansas State. Did you see any of the game?
No.
He's fucking horrific. Overthrow, interception, underthrow, interception, one like not even in the vicinity of a wide receiver. He's bad. They benched him. Alex Orgy's season. Alex Orgy's here. And for that reason, we're going to take the under. I don't think – so the way I'm looking at this one, under 47, this is going to be either a Michigan – ground and pound, use Alex Orgy's legs because he can't throw and they have no other choice, control the clock and grind it out, or USC is going to have some success scoring the ball, but this Michigan defense is better than LSU's in terms of at least tackling the guy when they're right there, and USC was on the fortunate side of a lot of heroic plays, the one-handed catches, a lot of things kind of going their way that typically wouldn't. I think this Michigan defense, while there is holes, and I had question marks against Texas, that's why we took Texas, outside of Will Johnson at corner, I think there's a little spot. It's spotty in the secondary. I don't know that necessarily means USC is going to torch them. I don't think they're going to have as much success running the ball. I think Michigan's going to try, at least, to control the clock, lean on the run, play good defense. Will they be able to do it? I'm not sure. But I also rely on the fact that Michigan's fucking terrible on offense. So I don't think Michigan's going to find their way into the end zone very much. They don't have weapons on the outside. Orgy can't throw the ball to save his fucking life. So I'm going to go under 47. I think there's 2 routes to victory here. It is still a tough place to go in and play. Texas was, 7-point favorites? Texas was 7-point favorites in the Big House. USC 6.5. Is USC as good as Texas?
No.
No. So it's a little.
But it was before everyone knew that Texas was as good as they are.
I think we knew Texas was pretty fucking good. I don't think we.
But not maybe the best team.
I don't think we fully knew how bad Michigan.
Where do they rank now? 1?
Number 1.
Yeah.
Numero uno. Yeah, no, they're good. I think that's more of we didn't realize exactly how bad Michigan was.
Yeah.
I had a hunch, but a lot of people were on Michigan in that game. So, they're bad. So, this could be a Michigan controls if they're going to be in this game, it's going to be low scoring, and then there's a scenario where USC is able to put points on the board and Michigan's just not. So, we're going under 47. What were you leaning in this one, Justin?
I was leaning USC -6, but, I mean, we've seen before where the backup comes in and actually has success, so that kind of.
Yeah, but we know who Alex Orgy is. And so if I had to take which way would you lean on the spread? I would lean USC.
Yeah, I would, but it's more of I want to see.
Yeah.
I think that they have the talent at wide receiver to take advantage here in the Michigan secondary. But it's kind of like USC's coming off of a bye. Is that correct? They played LSU, then they played Utah State and beat them.
Yes.
Beat them bad. Then they had a bye, so they had multiple weeks to prepare. I don't know. It's a game I look forward to watching, but I just wanted to stay away. I didn't want to.
No, I'm not on it, but like I said, if I had to lean, I would lean USC. But But, I mean, that D-line for Michigan's the real deal.
Yeah.
So we're going to find out a lot about Miller Moss in this one for sure. It's going to be tougher sledding in terms of putting points up on the board than it was against LSU. How many more do you have before you lock?
One.
One? What is it?
Kansas State -6.5 at BYU.
Oh, I'm interested because I had this one circled with a question mark, just like Justin.
I'm taking BYU +6.5 at home.
I'm going to hold off then because I wanted to fucking run it back with the Wildcats.
I hope I'm right.
I didn't feel great about it. That's why I didn't.
This was 7 earlier today, and I really wanted 7. But we don't record till the afternoon, so we couldn't get 7.
Yeah.
I'm still worried about Avery Johnson's ability to pass the ball downfield. He got the job done with his legs last week against Arizona.
He throws a fantastic wheel route.
Okay. It's going to be harder to do that, in my opinion, against BYU. I was impressed with BYU's defense against SMU. They held Kevin Jennings in check to just 9 carries and 38 yards. I expect BYU to stack the line of scrimmage and force Johnson to beat him with his arm. So until I see it, I'm not going to trust it. I'm going to take BYU +6.5 at home.
Okay. Like I said, I was just on Kansas State, and they did me right, so I was looking at it. But who do they have next week?
Kansas State?
Yeah. They have – that's one of the reasons why I stayed away. They have Oklahoma State on deck. So, could be a look-ahead spot. All right, Cal and Florida State. Are you on it?
No.
Oh, wait, you said you're done, right?
Yeah.
Well, y'all buckle up because we're going to be here for a minute. I'll take it from here. I'm taking Cal, +3. The sky's clearly falling in Tallahassee. The team stinks bad at all the most important areas. I was high on Mendoza and Cal, if you remember, if you listened to this podcast last year. It bit me in the bowl game, but Mendoza looks pretty damn good. I don't think there's really like an intimidation factor here. I think a lot of people are going to keep chasing Florida State in hopes of kind of like what the thought process was last week. Like, they got to wake up. This is the spot. They're now 0-3. You have no shot of doing anything. You got to rally the troops just to make a bowl game at this point. I would imagine the team's checking out. DJU's terrible. Florida State's got the 99th graded run defense. In the trenches, they've played really poorly. Mendoza has an adjusted completion percentage of 78%. I'm going to take Cal here. I don't know what exact, because you said Jay Knott was hurt the other week, Justin. He did play, but he's not playing well.
He didn't play much against Auburn.
Yeah, so he's dealing with something. But other running backs are stepping up in his absence. But Mendoza appears to be taking that next step. Coming into this season, before week 0, there's absolutely no chance that I would have taken Cal on the road against Florida State. But Florida State might just be that bad. So it's one of those, you got to see them do it, I guess. And it's fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't get fooled again. So Florida State's not good. And until further notice, I'm fading Florida State. So give me Cal +3. Alrighty, let's see. Got to make sure I've got everything given out here. So that's the lock, but it's not a lock at all. Arkansas and Auburn. I have 2 plays in this one. Auburn bench Peyton Thorne, put in Hank Brown. It was very smart to put in Hank Brown against New Mexico, a defense that all you have to do is show up and you get 40 points. Arkansas gave the game away against Oklahoma State, and that's a pretty good Oklahoma State team. They had 648 yards of offense. They nearly outgained them. Arkansas nearly outgained Oklahoma State by 300 yards. They won the time of possession battle 36 to 23 minutes. Is Hank Brown good? Probably. I don't know. He played New Mexico, which means you put me against New Mexico, and I'm going out and I'm putting points up on the board. I guarantee it. So I'm going to take Arkansas +3.5, but I'm also going to take the over 58. Taylon Green has an average depth of target of 12.4. He's pushing the ball down the field much more than I expected him to do so. At Boise, he's a dynamic runner, and he's carried that into the SEC, at least in the early stretch of games. This will be his first SEC play, so we'll see if he can do it there. I think he can. He's an elite runner with the feet, leaves a lot to be desired with the arm, but he's doing better than I expected. Auburn does still have talent, specifically at the running back position with, Jaquez Hunter. And they have decent enough guys on the outside. If Hank Brown's anything worth a damn, then they should be able to put some points up on the board. I just think plus 3.5, it was 4, but I'll still take it at 3.5. I'm going to take Arkansas, plus 3.5 over 58.
Okay.
And then my last one, actually, might have a couple more.
Oh, my God.
Utah and Oklahoma State. You and I touched on this one a little bit, and I'm going to go against my initial judgment here. We don't know if Cam Rising's playing, and we've played is he in, is he out with Cam Rising all last year for the majority. I'm going to bank that the line movement indicates that Cam Rising's playing. So I'm going to take Utah -2. Cam Rising's very good. He's immensely important to Utah because we saw when he went out against Baylor, all of a sudden they couldn't do much. But Oklahoma State has not really been the run blocking has not been as good as expected. Ollie Gordon hasn't looked great. This is a little similar to last year. He got off to a slow start, and then once they hit conference play, he kind of took off a little bit there. I think that Utah's defensive front is going to force Bowman to beat him. Against their toughest competition so far, he did not look spectacular against Arkansas. So I'll take Utah. I'm going to rely on the defense. I like Whittingham. It is a tough place to play, though. This probably should be I should probably take my better judgment here and stay away, but I told y'all we are emptying the clip this week. Why are we not laying it with Notre Dame?
Dude, I wanted to take Notre Dame last week, and then
I told you if it hit 7, and I fucking stopped paying attention, it hit 7.
Yeah,
that was the biggest overreaction.
Oh yeah,
to people to take Purdue.
Well, typically, we call this a bounce back spot. A team loses a game they shouldn't have lost.
Yes,
or they weren't expected to lose. 4 touchdown favorites, lose a game outright. The next week, it's like I'm starting to look at the game, but then I'm seeing the line come down. It was 11.5 when I first saw it. Then it all the way down to I saw as low as 7.5. You said 7. I mean, talk about
it touched
CLV sucks.
Yes. They beat them 66-7. This Notre Dame defense is really fucking good. I want to lay it. I really do. But I was kind of hoping somebody else would be on it. This is one of those, I'm going to stay away because this will be one of those where a lot of people are going to hop back on Notre Dame this week. So I'm going to try to take my better judgment and not do it. But that defense is the real deal. I don't think Miami's going to put very many points up on the board. I kind of wanted to do it, but I won't do it. I wanted to take Virginia Tech, but I won't do it. I won't let them do it to me again. Why are we not taking LSU with the points? It's grown a lot. I understand. UCLA's really, really bad. Why are we not taking – what's LSU's team total?
Those are hard to find right now.
Is there any way that we could find LSU's team total? I would say, dude, if we don't absolutely go out and beat the brakes off UCLA's bad. They just got beat 42-13 to Indiana. This is a better Indiana team than years past. I understand.
What's the line? 24?
Yes, 24. They went on the road. They beat Hawaii 16-13, and Hawaii doesn't look good.
Yeah, who'd Hawaii struggle against? Delaware State?
Yes, week 1. But they lost to Sam Houston. They just lost to Sam Houston 31-13.
You want to take them?
I'm laying it. I want the team total is what I really want because I don't trust this goddamn defense. But Garbers doesn't look good. He's leading the team in rushing.
I trust him. I'm going to lay 24 with you.
Let's do it.
What about you, Justin? You want to do it?
Do it.
I'll do it.
Let's do it. Garbers is leading the damn team in rushing.
Yeah, Christ.
With 68 yards.
See,
who's going to run? You can only run. Well, no, you can do a lot on us, but
we would say right now LSU defensively has more concerns than the offense, although the offense is far from perfect.
We're perfect until you get to the red zone.
But I do think that it is, I guess, promising what Durham did. He opened up the rushing attack. I mean, that was the best rushing performance LSU had, maybe against the best front they've played this year.
I don't know what his yards after contact were, but I'm sure it was pretty fucking
he
good.
breaks a tackle at least one tackle every rush.
Yeah.
And that's what you need. It's like when you're spreading it out and running a zone rushing attack, you have to make the first guy miss to get yards.
Yes.
So,
Curtis Rourke just went 25 of 33, 307 yards and 4 touchdowns against UCLA.
I have more faith that the defense can get it straightened out. You still hope for more rhythm with the play calling, that it opens up the offense just a little bit more and it's more prolific. But I trust the coaching on defense to kind of hone in and get these guys playing more sound football.
Yeah, UCLA at home just put up 238 yards of offense. 238. Now you got to go into Death Valley against an LSU team that I would imagine that Brian Kelly's going to want to put a full game, a full solid effort out there. It's a Power 4 team. I would imagine that they're going to want to go and lay a big number here. And I think you need to, because people are – if you go out and you lay another egg, it's only going to – like y'all say, the seat's not hot. I think it is. It's going to continue to – the flames are going to get bigger. So – I think this is a good opportunity to go out and trounce a team that beat us a couple years ago. It's still a name team, even though they're not good. We're all taking LSU minus 24. I might bet this team until they cover. I think that's it for me other than my lock. Yeah. I'm going first with my lock this week because I let you go and it didn't go well. Nothing's going right, so... Alrighty, that is our best bets for college football, but now we will move on to the most important bets of the week, our locks of the week. There are no such thing as a lock if I'm giving it to you, though.
It's a lock, Kramer. You've had this thing under control for almost 3 years now. But it's a lock.
They need that fucking juice. They need that next bet. They need, come on. Yes! When they win, they go fucking crazy.
You're a bad motherfucker. Go in that shower, grab your fucking nuts, and tell the world somebody's sniffing my fucking nutsack today. Because I ain't got time to fuck around no more.
Alrighty, for my lock of the week, it's a game you touched on. TCU taking on SMU. SMU, as we all know, came into the season with a ton of hype. They have not lived up to it. They just lost to BYU, nearly lost to Nevada. They played quarterback roulette between Preston Stone and Kevin Jennings. I have no idea who they're going with. Jennings got the nod against BYU. I think it's because the offensive line is not nearly as good as expected. I like Josh Hoover for TCU quite a bit, actually. He does a good job of taking care of the ball. Only 2 turnover-worthy plays, no interceptions on the year, an adjusted completion percentage of 81%. SMU's offense is 83rd. U's had 99. I see 83rd. They're somewhere in the range of not good per play on offense. They've played, and that's against bad defenses this year. They haven't played anybody worth a damn. I think TCU is going to be able to move the ball in this one. I like Hoover, like I said, quite a bit. Jack Besh, former LSU Tiger, is still a damn good player. I'm laying 2.5 points with TCU as my lock of the week. Go ahead.
Kansas, West Virginia.
Oh, no. Fuck.
Through 3 games, the West Virginia defense sucks.
Oh, my God.
West Virginia ranks 112th in the nation in yards per play allowed. Offensively, this is going to be the easiest test for Kansas so far, and Jalen Daniels. I think we see Jalen Daniels kind of get it going here. They're going against a defense that's given up 4.9 points per opportunity. That means when whoever West Virginia's playing crosses West Virginia's 40-yard line, they're coming out with more touchdowns and field goals. And the West Virginia defense is allowing a 41% success rate on passing downs. That's bad. Looking at the Kansas defense, not bad to start the year, but last week, you mentioned it. They let Matthew Saluka, a guy,
an incredible player.
You're praying when he starts running because there's players coming from behind and everything. He's just fighting them off. He did fumble, and it was incredible that UNLV recovered that. But 124 yards rushing last week from Matthew Saluka. Garrett Green is a far more dangerous rusher of the football than Matthew Saluka. Last year, Garrett Green accounted for 6.4 yards per rush and 13 rushing touchdowns. I think we're going to see some points here. I'm taking Kansas, West Virginia over 56 for the lock of the week.
Okay, I can live with that. I think West Virginia's going to run it up on them. That's how you're going to hit your over, not because of Kansas. But this is a close enough number. Yeah, West Virginia's defense, they play Penn State after a rain delay.
Yeah, but then they play Pitt.
Pitt's good.
Yeah, against West Virginia, they're good.
No, Pitt is not bad. Who's Pitt played this year? Dominant win over Kent State. Good road win against Cincinnati. No, dude, I'm not even kidding though. That guy Holstein's not bad. He's not. Way better than Jalen Daniels.
Yeah, I think both quarterbacks are gonna make a lot of plays with their legs. I think it's ultimately going to result in points in the end. So
okay.
I thought you were going Kansas.
Yeah, I thought so too because you were talking up Jalen Daniels, but it makes sense now. Justin, what is your lock of the week?
I'm going to go to the Army and Rice game. Army is hosting Rice this weekend after coming off of a 24-7 win over FAU. They were able to rush for over 405 yards with 20 first downs and nearly 40 minutes of possession. They're leading the country right now with 390 yards of rushing a game and have a few guys that are capable of breaking off very big plays. They're also averaging 37 minutes of possession a game, which exhausts the defense and makes it hard for the other team's offense to get into a rhythm. So I'm going to lay the points and take them -6.5 against Rice.
Okay. I'm low on Rice. Rice stinks. They just got destroyed by Houston. They lost to Sam Houston. They've lost to everybody in Texas. Well, they beat Texas Southern, but yeah, Rice hasn't really looked good.
yeah, I seen Army play one game against FAU. They dominated.
Yeah, I don't dislike that play at all.
They kind of will.
What number did you get?
6.5.
I feel like they're even more.
There's a 5.5.
I feel like they're even more sneaky with busting you over the top these days.
Army?
Yeah.
I haven't got my eyes on
They
them,
were
so.
scaring me. One of the quarterback. It was a ball that should have been caught that might have been a touchdown, and then they freaking faked a field goal on fourth and 12 from like the 19-yard line. Not only did he get the first down, but the field goal kicker ran it for a touchdown.
I did see that.
So Army can score points in all types of ways.
Mm-hmm. All right, to recap mine for college football, I'm taking Illinois plus 8.5 on Friday. I'm taking West Virginia -2.5. Tulane, UL under 54.5. Excuse me. Tennessee -6.5, under 57.5 in the Tennessee-Oklahoma game. Cal +3, USC, Michigan under 47, Arkansas +3.5, and the Arkansas-Auburn over 58. Utah -2, LSU -24, and my lock of the week is TCU -2.5.
We're going Syracuse -8.5. The University of Louisiana Lafayette +3. We're going Kansas, West Virginia over 56 for the lock of the week. TCU, SMU under 58.5. We're taking Tennessee minus a touchdown. We're taking Kansas State. No, we're taking BYU, +6.5 at home. And then we're going to take LSU -24.
Okay, Justin.
All right. For my lock of the week, it's going to be Army -5.5. Then I'm going to do Tulane, UL under 54.5. I am going to take USC -6, and then I'm going to also take LSU -24.
Okay, there you go. That is our best bets for college football. And now we move on to the NFL. Let's see.
I got to pee so damn bad.
Go ahead. I'll do the recap.
Okay.
If I could stop coughing, dude.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just make sure the door shuts behind you. All right. It was, like I said, we touched on it. It was a horrific week in the NFL. And weeks like this are going to happen. We know that. You'd like it not to happen in week 2. But, I mean, what can you do? So, we started it off Thursday. Dolphins -2. Tua got knocked unconscious again. But Tua's really lucky. And that sounds weird that he got knocked unconscious because he fucking stinks. Not to kick a man while he's down and unconscious, but Tua sucks.
Yeah, got like 3 interceptions.
Yeah, really bad. Pick 6, a Will Levis-style pick 6. That was atrocious. So that was a bad one. Tua getting hurt had no effect on us not covering that game. Chiefs -6. They had an opportunity, but it was not the right side. They ended up winning by a field goal or winning by one on a last-second field goal, but the Bengals were certainly the side in that one. Saints-Cowboys under 45.5. I jumped on it with Nick. I don't know what that was, but I jumped on it with Nick, and it was not it was not a good decision because the Saints basically hit this over by themselves. My lock of the week was the Ravens -9.5. Nick said that the Raiders were good. I don't think the Raiders are good. I think the Ravens' offensive line is not good, and I think Lamar Jackson's overrated. So the lone win was the Broncos and Steelers under 36.5. Thank you, Bo Nix. I told y'all he sucks, and he does suck. Me and Justin were on this one together. The lone win for me throughout the week. Nick went 0-3. Dolphins, he had the Bengals and Chiefs under 48. Saints and Cowboys under 45.5. Like I said, that was his lock of the week. An abysmal week for Nick and I. Brings me to 4-6 overall, 1-1 in my locks of the week. Nick is 2-4, 1-1 in his locks of the week. Justin, you went 1-1-1, correct?
Yeah. It was a weird week. If you have red zone, you definitely got your money's worth.
Oh, yeah.
This Sunday.
Yeah.
But yeah, my lone win was that Steelers-Broncos game. I think there was like 19 points total.
Yeah. No, it was never in doubt.
And then I got a push with the Seahawks on my lock. They went to overtime with the Patriots and ended up getting the win.
Yeah, they got the win. They won by 3. So you go 1-1-1. Miraculously, you push both of your locks, which I think is the first time that's ever happened in the 6 years of this podcast. What was that noise?
What?
Something crashed in there.
Who knows?
I think you do. So, like I said, a really, really rough week in the NFL, but we turn it around this week. Starting right now. So we'll go to Thursday, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. The Thursday game is the one I feel the least good about. Wouldn't bet it if we didn't have to, but that is the rules of the show. So, again, wherever you're watching, hit the subscribe button. Thursday night, Patriots and Jets. Line sits at Jets -6.5. The total sits at 38.5. Do you feel good?
I don't know. Not really.
Yeah, I don't know how you could. I want to take – there's no 7, man. If there's a 7, I'd take the Patriots. What are your thoughts on that?
I might take the Jets.
Are you?
Yeah.
They haven't looked very good.
No, but I think the Patriots aren't as good as advertised.
I think the Patriots are better than advertised. What do you mean, advertised? When are they being advertised? Coming into this year, I thought they'd be
well,
like
yeah,
one of the
they
worst.
look better than they were expected to look. I think they're more what they were expected to be. They just have looked better the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I think seeing what Joe Burrow did to the Chiefs, I think it's impressive that the Patriots were able to hold them to 10 points. I don't think the Seahawks are a great team, but I don't think they're a bad team. Took them to overtime. This is a team that I would have told you was going to win maybe 3 games. So I think – so what worries me is like Rodgers – it's first game for the Jets back at home. You would imagine that Rodgers and the offense are going to start to gel little by little with each week. Breece Hall's very good. Braylon Allen looks very good. I'll take the under 38.5. I do think I think the Patriots will struggle to score, obviously. I don't know how much I don't believe in the Jets offense enough to take them with the points. Oh, wait. Is it? Oh, no, that's where it opened. I was going to say, is it at 7? I'll go under 38.5. Justin, what are you taking?
I'm going to go with Nick. I'm going to take the Jets -6.5.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so you're banking on the offense figuring it out?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Breece Hall look good.
He's always going to look good. On my fantasy team, your team stinks.
My team's coming back with a vengeance.
You're just lucky that somebody played somebody that was out. If that doesn't happen, you lose. All righty, let's move on to Sunday. How many total plays do you have?
3.
All right, I have 7. Justin, how many total do you have?
4.
Okay. Let's start it off with let's start it off with the Chargers and the Steelers. Let me get an updated number here. This line movement's killing me. Chargers and the Steelers, I'm going to go under 36. Basically, I might just bet Broncos and Steelers unders until the wheels fall off. Steelers, great defense, struggle to move the ball on offense. They're favored. I'm interested to see what you think in this one because you were obviously on the Chargers. Chargers looked great last week as well, but that was against the Carolina Panthers. The Chargers stayed out on the East Coast. They did not travel back. So they stayed in Carolina, and then they're going to obviously travel to their game in Pittsburgh, but they did not go all the way back to California to then bounce right back. Jim Harbaugh football it has taken shape, and the guy's just a damn good coach. I think these are two good coaches. Steelers are going to struggle to put points up on the board. I'll go under. I'm going under 36. What's your first play on Sunday?
I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon and take the Saints. Saints -2.5 at home. I think the Saints are just better than the Eagles right now. Laying anything less than a field goal, being the home team, I like so.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the Saints -2.5.
I do agree with you. I'm not going to take it just because I had it 2.5 and it flipped. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold off. If the Saints do to the Eagles what they did to the Cowboys, we're going to be back and we're going to have an entirely different conversation because we might be booking Super Bowl tickets not far from home. So, Justin, what's your first one for Sunday?
My first one's going to be Raiders and Panthers. I'm going to go with the under here at 41. I don't think there's going to be a lot of points scored. I think the Panthers suck. Raiders aren't that good either. So I'm going to go under 41.
Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. I think I'm going to take the Panthers in this one.
Are you nuts?
I'm serious.
Andy Dalton.
I think you're going to get a little bit more you're going to get a little more stability out of the offense. You'd imagine they're going to have a little bit more juice. Maybe Andy Dalton can actually get them the ball when they're wide open. I don't think the Raiders are very good. I know you do. You were correct on the Ravens game. I think that was more of a product. One, I don't think Lamar Jackson's very good. And I have a Lamar Jackson jersey. I don't think Lamar's very good. I think that the Ravens had a serious opportunity to pull away in that game multiple times. They were up 10 with inside the fourth quarter. They were up 10 points. The offensive line for Baltimore is a serious problem, a really big problem. Max Crosby did what he does best there late down the stretch. But the Ravens had an opportunity to pull away in this one. All of a sudden, they couldn't guard Devontae Adams but they cannot run the ball. They can't run the ball at all. I don't know if you saw that. That was their biggest Achilles heel was they kept trying to run, kept getting stuffed, going for it on fourth down, kept getting stuffed, and then they abandoned the run and started having success against a Ravens secondary that didn't look spectacular. Marlon Humphreys was getting cooked. I don't think the Raiders are that good. 5.5 feels like too many for me, so I'm going to take the Panthers plus 5.5 on the road. I think it's – when you're one-dimensional like that, it's tough. I understand. It's a crazy play. It ain't my lock. Not that it matters. Justin, how many do you have before your lock?
One more.
Okay, go ahead.
I am taking another point total. I'm going to the Broncos and the Bucks game. I'm going to take the under at 39.5.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can't get behind Bo Nix scoring points ever. So I don't dislike it by any means. Speaking of the Ravens, they're going on to take on the Cowboys. 1-point favorites on the road. Which way would you lean?
Shit. It's like a tough day. Both need. I would lean Ravens, okay?
I'm taking the Cowboys. I don't think the Ravens' offensive line is good.
I mean, 0-3?
Yeah, I know, but
it's like backs against the wall already for this team. I mean,
you just paid Dak all this money. They did not look good at all. Just got embarrassed by us. There was issues in the secondary. Devontae Adams getting as wide open as he was, CeeDee Lamb will get wide open too. Cowboys can't really run the ball all that well. Neither could the Raiders. Didn't matter. I think the offensive line is a serious problem for Baltimore. And Lamar if they're going to try to make him a pocket passer again and not let him run, I don't think it's going to lead to success. So I'm going Cowboys +1 at home. It's not not my lock, but all right. I'm also going to take the Titans -2.5. Titans -2.5. Defense looks good. They're finding every way in the world to lose games. Miraculously. Them not only not winning, but not covering against the Bears was insane. Malik Willis did what he needed to do to get the win, but he played a team without a quarterback. So, I mean, I'm assuming Jordan Love is not coming back. Malik Willis will play. It's going to be a very condensed offensive scheme, and I think at home, Tennessee 0-2. I think you're going to see points are going to be hard to come by in this one, which is why, I mean, a low total indicates that. I'm going to take the Titans at home, -2.5. Let's see. Let's go to Niners and Rams. I am going to take the under 43.5 in the Niners and Rams. Christian McCaffrey's out, got put on IR as we know, but Deebo Samuel is also out. Deebo Samuel, I would argue, he makes that team go. So Deebo Samuel being out is a tremendous issue for the 49ers. The Rams, obviously, Cooper Kupp's out, but then they lost
Puka Nacua.
Nacua's been on IR. I think it's going to be a very condensed game plan for the Rams as well, but I think Deebo being out is a huge problem for the 49ers. So obviously a good defense with San Francisco. Mason obviously looked good, run the ball. I think it's going to be low scoring, so I'll go under 43.5 there. Apparently all I can see is unders. We are also going to take – oh, did that come down? Oh, that came down, dude. Come on. I was going to take Atlanta +4.5 at home against the Chiefs on Sunday night. It's 3.5 now. What the fuck, man? Patrick Mahomes' regular season sucks. Regular season Patrick Mahomes is bad. Dude, he's not good. How many times are we going to let this son of a bitch, when I bet on him, throw these bullshit interceptions?
Yeah.
He's not good. He's great in the postseason. He doesn't care about the regular season. I told you about Travis Kelce. Kelce stinks. Right there on your fantasy team getting one catch.
Kelsey's going to explode sooner.
In the postseason when our fantasy season's over? What do you think about the Falcons?
I don't know.
Bijan Robinson's a problem.
I mean, I really thought the Eagles should have won the damn game last night.
Yeah. But I'm glad. I mean, yeah.
I wanted the Eagles to win.
I had Falcons money line, so I'm glad they didn't.
Okay. Rooting for our division rival.
No, I'm rooting for money. I'm rooting for money, and I got it. I don't know. I'll stay away from it because it's come down to 3.5, but I lean Atlanta there. Atlanta on the home field. The defense, Judon looked good.
Yeah.
Judon looked pretty good. And Mahomes is going to throw 2 interceptions. So, how many did he throw in all seriousness? He threw, I think it was 2. Yeah, 2 picks. I don't know. Their defense is good. Their defense has got their work cut out for them.
I think
that
it's
guy
going to
can't
be
keep the ball
interesting
on their
now
side.
without Pacheco.
I agree.
They're not going to be able to do the whole leaning on the run thing that they've kind of been doing, you know? Especially when they get to the goal line. They're not going to be able to. That's been the reason why Patrick Mahomes is not like lighting it up in fantasy because, of course, he moves the ball down the field, but then when they get in the red zone, man, they just run it in.
Yeah.
The white guy's pretty good.
Yeah, but
come on, Justin.
Come on. the white with the long hair doesn't
Carson Steele.
Yeah, doesn't translate to a good running back. But no, he's not. Yeah, he had hype around him, but it's because he's white. Most of the times you're like, wait a second, we don't hand it to the whites unless his name's Kyle Juszczyk.
You're a Mike Allstott.
Yeah, I think the sharp side's Atlanta in this one. I think the public's going to be all over the Chiefs.
I hope that you're taking this or no?
I'm going to stay away.
Yeah, then I hope the Chiefs win.
I think we should take Atlanta.
I'm not taking the Falcons. I put them on a 5-year ban from betting on them.
Why? Dude,
I forget what they did
incredible.
to me. They did something bad to me.
Bijan's really good. And they got weapons.
Yeah, he's incredible.
So, dude, I'm telling you, I'm taking the Falcons. I'm taking them. No, I'm not. Fuck. Dude, I won 4.5. All righty. All we have left are our locks.
Yeah.
All righty. Best bets of the week in the NFL.
It's a lock, Kramer. You've had this thing under control for almost 3 years now. But it's a lock.
They need that fucking juice. They need that next bet. They need. Come on. Yes! When they win, they go fucking crazy.
You're a bad motherfucker.
Oh, I'm going to the Las Vegas Raiders at the Carolina at Vegas. I said I was waiting for them Raiders to get back home and bet on them, and I lied. I love Andy Dalton.
No shot, huh? The Panthers.
I'm taking the Panthers plus 5.5. They've been blown out in back-to-back games.
Dude, yes.
It's the NFL. It's just not, like Justin kind of said, like you said, the Raiders are better than I thought they were to start the year, but they're not a really good football team here. So to be favored by 5.5 against the Panthers, I think it's too many points. So I'm going to take the Panthers plus 5.5.
I agree. That's why I'm also on the Panthers. My lock of the week is going to be the Dolphins and Seahawks under 41.5. This is your prototypical quarterback got hurt, defense has to step up. Skylar Thompson sucks. That's what this boils down to. I don't think that the Seahawks offense is spectacular. Their defense is not bad. I think their defense is pretty good, but it doesn't really matter because Skylar Thompson sucks. So every time we saw Drew Brees get hurt, the defense, which our defense is much better than Miami's, the Saints defense stepped up tremendously. You can tell that they kind of take it upon themselves. They know that they're going to be the ones that have to keep them in this game. I think we see low scoring. Dolphins, Seahawks under 41.5 is my lock of the week. Justin, what is your lock?
My lock is also in that game. I'm actually going to take the Seahawks -5. The Dolphins looked horrendous last week, and then Tua coming out looked even worse. I'm going to take a -5.
Okay. Yeah, that one worries me. Just because it's just, dude, I made that mistake last week taking heavy favorites in the NFL. I got to get back to my roots.
Is
I don't know who's starting.
Skylar gonna play the quarterback again?
I'm pretty certain.
Yeah, I mean they had Huntley on the practice squad, or they signed him. They signed him
just
off of
got him.
another practice.
Yeah, I think
squad.
he was with Baltimore.
Okay, so yeah, you
Maybe.
can't expect him to really see any time this week.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think that the sharp side, which doesn't mean anything, is a lot of these non-fan favorite teams 3.5 points or more.
Yeah, you saw it
At
last
home.
week with the Packers. Down goes Jordan Love.
Or say at home, not at home.
The Packers are playing the Colts, and then
Yep.
as the game's getting closer and closer to kickoff, that line's shrinking. Packers won the game outright. So,
Josh Jacobs looked fantastic. Yeah.
it's interesting. It certainly is.
Did y'all see that with Jalen Reagor today?
No,
He
what?
got released. He posted a pic. He's on the practice squad, and he posted a picture on Instagram of like the Bugatti parked in front of like a shitty house.
Uh-huh.
And right after that, Patriots cut him from the practice squad.
Oh, he's trying to say he's the Bugatti in the Patriots team. That guy fucking stinks. Didn't they take him over Justin Jefferson?
Yeah.
Yeah, they took a lot of bums over him.
Yeah. All right. So to recap my NFL picks, Thursday night I'm going Jets and Patriots under 38.5. We're taking the Bears and Colts under 43.5. The Chargers and Steelers under 36. Cowboys +1. Titans -2.5. The Panthers +5.5. The 49ers and Rams under 43.5. And my lock of the week is going to be the Dolphins and Seahawks under 41.5. Sidebar. Never mind, because I added it with you. I was going to say I haven't lost a total pick this year. I haven't lost my own thought processes total pick this year. I jumped on one with you.
Nobody knew the Saints were going to be like this. Nobody. We're taking the Jets -6.5 on Thursday night. The Saints -2.5 at home against the Eagles. And we're going to take Panthers +5.5 for the lock of the week. Andy Dalton. Let's go.
Justin?
My lock of the week is going to be Seahawks -5, and then I'm going to go Broncos and Bucks under 39.5. Then Raiders and Panthers under 41. And Thursday night, I'm going to do the Jets minus 6.5.
There you go. That is our best bets of the week for college football and the NFL. It's a very important week. I would say a do-or-die week for myself. Episode 196 is in the books. Do you have anything to say before we go?
Goodbye.
Justin?
Nope. Good luck.
All right, again, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit whatever you want. We appreciate it. It's been tough sledding for us to start this year. You'd like to get off to a good start, but it's not about how you start. It's how you finish. I told y'all, I am emptying the clip this week. These are the most plays I've had in quite some time, but I feel good about them. I do. And hopefully we make some money. So y'all have a good one. Who dat?
The house always wins. Play long enough, you never change the stakes. The house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house. I've been practicing this pitch. A little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed.
That was good. I liked it.